Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and we've got another Order 66 raid video here for you. We're going to be using kind of a ragtag team in this raid. I was doing some testing around just trying to see if I could improve my score a little bit, and I started using this ragtag band of pirates. I guess Nest technically is the pirate tag. She doesn't really count, right? And then Barris as well, just kind of figuring out, all right, what can I do to score some points? This works on the Relic 1 tier and below. I will show you the Relic 3 tier where we just get absolutely blasted. It's not fun. I think we're going to need cakes and quiggled at some relics before we can really give that a solid attempt. But at least at the Relic 1 tier, you're going to be able to score some more points. The reason why teams like this are important is because if I don't do this, I'm just going to score 300,000 points for a solo. Now I'm doubling that to 600k. Now 300,000 points doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm going to give a quick shout out here to Agnard's, where his guild, he told me his guild missed their box by 2 million points. Now my 300,000 alone isn't enough to make up for that. But if you have 8 to 10 other people in the guild who aren't scoring that extra 300,000, now they're at that box. Now, you might think that that's just a one-time deal, and yeah, sure. But I'm going to reference, I was listening to the Zeta Protocol this morning with Pico and Agnards, and one of the things Pico Burrito said that really, really hit me was, he said, I'm just waiting for the bottom 10 in my guild to get to the point where I can go on vacation and just score 100,000 points in the raid. And I think that's where teams like this come in handy. When you're on the bottom part of your guild, you're trying to squeeze out as much score as possible because you don't just want to be a leech. You need to be able to score enough points that if somebody in your guild does go on a leave of absence, your guild is still able to hit those crates. You don't just want to be barely getting the crate you want. You want to be exceeding that so that way there is room for error, and that's where teams like this come in handy. So apologize for the long intro, but I did want to talk about that because I thought that was important. And again, shout out to the Zeta Protocol podcast if you guys aren't listening to that. So let's give a quick shout out to our channel members for their continued support. If you're ever interested, link below, along with a link to our Discord. Go check it out. Really appreciate you guys just keeping the faith, believing in me through good, bad, thick, thin, Order 66 content, Rise of the Empire content, failures in Grand Arena, whatever it is, you guys are the best. Let's get in here and let's talk about this Order 66 raid. Alright, so I'm going to briefly just show the mods. These are the normal mods I have on these characters. So there's nothing crazy going on here. Again, if you want to see the stats, they're important enough, but I would not be trying to go crazy. Again, these are my normal mods on all these characters. There's no remodding that I've done. If you do need to remod some more, that's it. Again, throw some extra mods on them. Again, Enfys Nest is even running a crit avoidance arrow. Like, this is way old school modding for her. And then Barris, we're just going all out health. So, again, standard modding for these characters, nothing crazy. I will show you the Relic 3 tier just to kind of prove the point that, like, we're going to get blasted by this. It is even though they can do the Relic 3 tier, it is a bridge too far. Also, if the volume is too loud on the game sounds, please let me know, and I will try to fix that. Okay, let's just heal up. Let's just... Whoa. There we go. Like, you can get a kill, and then it just goes downhill fast. Like there, we can't use the AoE because we'll get countered. Yeah, there we go. There's 1, 2... There goes Ithano. And now we're cooked. So, we're just not going to be able to make up the damage here. Even with Hondo, he might be able to solo it. Let's see what Hondo can do. Alright. Yep. There he goes, and Hondo goes. So, you guys kind of saw there, it falls apart, right? That's even longer than I've ever taken it before. So just not worth trying the Relic 3 tier with the current squad. Again, we're going with a ragtag here. That's the whole point. So now the Relic 3 tier with the ragtag squadron. Let's get in. So very similar to what we did there, you are going to... now we get to go first here. So we're actually going to capture Oppo. And then we're going to kill Fox first. So we'll use our hits from Ithano there, but we're really just going to use the big hit here from SM33. And then let's go here and we can save that ability. Let's try and get this guy. Go. Use that with Barris. And then we're always going to call SM33 to assist. SM33 is he's our primary source of damage here. Okay, kill them. Basic. And we're going to try to... We got to get Oppo out next. It's the next goal. Probably should have got Oppo before I killed that guy. That was a misplay. The nice thing here is because of all the foresight, you're able to avoid a lot of counters. So there goes Oppo. And now we can start hitting these guys. We still have a little bit of work here to do. We're not in the clear yet. Because, again, we're still taking a lot of crits, so we got to be careful. All right, Barris, get the kill on that expose. Whew. All right. Let's go here. Let's kill you. Basic. And then we are going to capture him because he's about to take a turn. We don't want that turn getting taken. And let's make sure we get that kill. Nice. So yeah, even with the misplay of going for one of the clones too early, we still are through. I can tell you, you can lose Ithano Wave 1 and still be successful. So, like many of these, once you're through Wave 1, it does get a heck of a lot easier. You do want to prioritize targeting the disguise clones so that way they're not under stealth. The disguise clones are kind of just the most annoying to deal with. Alright, and then we'll kill this guy while we can. Okay, we use our AoE with Nest. Get her a back-to-back turn. Again, we're still in good shape here, even if we have to eat some crits. And the nice thing with Hondo is because we landed all those ability blocks, they, you know, aren't able to AoE. They just had to use the basic there. There we go. So now we're on to the final tier. Let's go with Hondo. There we go. Kill. Let's go after this guy. And Ithano starts dealing some nice damage, which is good. No stun, but that's fine. Just use a basic there. Let's just capture you so I can... There we go. AoE. And we're set. Pretty simple run there, guys. We'll go through that one more time. But overall, pretty straightforward on this Relic 1 tier. Again, I have a 5-star Ithano at Relic 3. Everybody else is 7-star at varying, 5 to 6. 6 for Hondo, 5 for everybody else. But it feels pretty consistent here. And again, this is just for a little bit of extra score. For some of your guilds, this could be a big deal if everybody can do this. And again, it gives you kind of this, it's showing you, I think, the bigger thing this is showing you is what you're going to be able to do as you work on the rest of these characters. So now we'll, again, do the same kind of moves. Oop. Pip, buddy. All right, let's fix the microphone from Pip in there. All right, let's capture AoE. If you can get dazes, yeah, see, look, so we lost Ithano there. Losing Ithano is never a good thing. But, as you guys will see, while this run will probably take a little bit longer, we should still be able to clear. Just takes a little bit longer to get this done. Okay, let's basic. see. There we go. So I think we're going to have to restart here. We lost too many stacks. Yeah. So let's go back out and restart. There is some restarts. Again, you will see there are going to have to be some restarts at times. But I can say you can lose Ithano and still end up being successful, which that's kind of the most important thing, right? Just try to be as successful as possible. So this time you can target Oppo. Doesn't matter. You do want to make sure, though, that you capture Oppo and then you kill Fox, right? That's the most important thing. You don't want to kill the clone that you've captured until Hondo has 10 stacks of ransom. We don't want Hondo disappearing. So again, Hondo's got 10 stacks of ransom, so now we can start actively going after Oppo to try to get him out as soon as possible. Again, I don't like seeing Ithano low, so if you can try to at least get Ithano and keep him alive, again, it does get easier. Alright, let's just use a basic there. Let's use another basic there. Barris doesn't deal damage, so it's fine. Lost nest. Alright, go here. Let's go AoE. There we go. AoE was good. We got a kill on one of the disguised clone troopers that was in stealth. Go. Okay. Nice. Kill this disguised clone. By the way, I love the animation on Ithano there. So now we've got no Enfys Nest, but we're going to hopefully be okay. Delete the disguised clones on the side. Again, they're the most annoying. And then we can just go all in. You could capture one of these guys. It doesn't matter. We've got plenty of stacks. And we want to just save that AoE. Because I want to use that next round. Pretty easy here. Again, once you get through that first wave, as long as you've got, health, protection, and stuff, it's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee, because that's, again, never want to use the term guarantee with anybody, but it is a lot easier. Call Smee. Eat some counters. And then we're good to go. Again, we'll just wait until... Don't want to hit that, because... Let's heal up. Kill him. And there we go. 600k, guys. Pretty straightforward. And again, for a ragtag team of pirates, we'll take that, right? So again, feel pretty good there. Again, just another way to get a little bit of extra score in the raid. Like I said, and I'm not trying to bash Agnard's guild when I say that. He said they're still way ahead of schedule, but there are times where this does make a difference. And again, to kind of go back to what Pico Burrito had said about being able to go on leave, if you were able to increase your score to more, faster and to keep it consistent by doing a little bit of extra stuff, it will allow people in your guild to not have to go ridiculously hard at every single second. So wanted to share that, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. I love you all. May the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, my friends.